Wall Street action now. Wall Street's main indexes fell sharply on Monday, driven by mounting recession fears. Tech stocks were hit hard, with Apple falling 4.8% after Berkshire Hathaway reduced its stake. Other tech giants like Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet also experienced declines. On a positive note, Kellanova shares surged over 16% following reports of potential buyout by Mars.
Wall Street's main indexes ended sharply lower on Monday as U.S. recession worries shook global markets and drove investors out of risky assets. The Dow dropped 2.6%, the S&P 500 shed 3%, and the Nasdaq nosedived nearly 3.5%. The recession concerns followed weak economic data from last week, including Friday's soft non-farm payrolls report. But Kevin Nicholson, Global Fixed Income Chief Investment Officer at Riverfront Investment Group, said one underwhelming jobs report was hardly enough to justify Monday's widespread panic.
I do believe that the market's reaction today has been over-exaggerated and overdone. And the reason for that is that the Fed has stated that they're data dependent. We know that they have a bias towards cutting in September. They left that door open last week. However, I think right now the market is pricing in 5 rate cuts through the end of the year. And I think that that's exorbitant because you're basing this off of one data point. And we still have several more CPI prints to come, as well as an additional non-farm payroll.
U.S. Treasury yields tumbled to their lowest level in a year, and a closely watched gap between 2- and 10-year Treasury notes turned positive for the first time since July 2022, usually indicating the economy is heading into a downturn. Traders now see a more than 90% probability that the U.S. Central Bank will cut rates by 50 basis points in September, according to CME's FedWatch tool. Recent disappointing forecasts from the big U.S. tech companies added to fears, with the Nasdaq last week sliding into correction territory. Shares of Apple fell 4.8% on Monday after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway halved its stake in the iPhone maker. The billionaire investor also let Berkshire's cash position soar to $277 billion. Tech giants Nvidia, Microsoft, and Alphabet also slid. Among the companies that bucked Monday's downturn, Pringles maker Kellanova, which soared more than 16% after a Reuters report said candy giant Mars was exploring a potential buyout of the company.